Hi everyone, Dr. Remy from Pain-Free Infinite Posture Size. Today we've got one of my favorite or best exercises for lower back facet syndrome pain that I use with my patients and clients. It's known as the TL hip rotation. Hope you enjoy. Now the reason why this exercise is one of the very best for facet syndrome pain in the lower back is because it addresses the two most common mechanical stresses that aggravate facet syndrome, namely extension, where the lower back has an increased arch that compresses the back of the spine and irritates facet syndrome synovitis, and rotation, which is a twist in the lower back where one facet is gapped further forward and the other further backward than the other, and as a result can aggravate capsulitis and facet syndrome pain. So this exercise called TL band hip rotation is based on strengthening your core and abdominal muscles to help prevent those two motions, training your body to avoid those motions and the aggravation of facet syndrome pain due to them. We're going to engage our unique RPI or neutral spine position first and maintain it through this exercise. That's key. If you don't do that and just try to do this exercise without knowing your unique RPI or neutral spine, you many times will be only strengthening the dysfunctional mechanics of your lower back, adding to more facet syndrome stress and pain. So if you haven't yet done so, I invite you to go to either the Pain-Free and Fit or Posture Size websites. We have a free body analysis. Check out your posture there, figure out what your unique postural tendencies are, what your muscle imbalances are that lead to joint instability and facet syndrome pain, and learn how to position and tense your spine and your hips and your rib cage in such a way with the correct muscles like transverse abdominis, the obliques, the multifidus, the lats, the QLs, so that you're holding your spine in your unique position and tension that's going to prevent the stress from occurring to your facet syndrome pain. Again, that's specific for each and every one of us. No facet syndrome pain is exactly alike, and no rehab exercise should be the same. So with that being said, and engaging our RPI neutral spine, we're going to use a resistance band. Now I'm using a power band here that's used for powerlifting that produces up to 300 pounds of resistance. You don't need that much force. You could start with a small band that has a little resistance, even something that's perhaps 1/4 of an inch to get the motion down. Once you engage your RPI, you're going to separate your feet into a sumo stance, which can have the tendency to increase the arch in your back by raising your tailbone and lowering your pubic bone. So make sure you maintain a tailbone under or pubic bone up, posterior pelvic tilt. And again, that's just keeping your pelvis tilted that way so you're not going to arch the lower back during this exercise. As you hold that position, you're going to center the band at your chest. Now here's the key. As we bend our knees and hips in a slight squatted position, and we keep my eyes and chest pointed in the same direction, I'm going to twist my hips and allow my upper body to follow my hips. As I do that, I'm specifically avoiding two things. Number one, I don't want to pull with just my shoulders and chest so that my belly button moves further than my pubic bone moves to the side. If that occurs, it indicates that there's motion going on in the lower back and stressing my facet joint. The second thing I'm going to watch out for is that as I'm pulling, I'm not arching the lower back anymore, because that's going to aggravate facet syndrome pain. And the way I avoid that is I keep the tail tucked under, or pubic bone up, and I use a little abdominal crunch down where I'm lowering the front of my ribs towards my pubic bone. So this is a big time abdominal exercise. You're using your tailbone under or pubic bone up with the ribs hunching down, and as you move, you're going to keep your belly button and pubic bone turning together so that there's a straight line from my pubic bone, belly button, center chest, and nose. Everything's turning as a unit as I turn from the hip joints. So here's what it looks like. I engage that neutral spine RPI. I tuck my tail under. I crunch down. I keep the band at the chest. I avoid trying to pull with my hands, but instead, with my knees bent, turn from my hips and let everything move together. And I'm going to slowly take about 3 seconds to go forward, 3 seconds to go back. As I get stronger, I can widen my stance, squat a little deeper, and do the same maneuver. That's TL hip rotation, meaning that the hips and the thoracolumbar spine all move as a unit as I crunch and avoid that overarching of the back. That's going to strengthen your abdominals, your lats, your QLs, internal and external obliques, deep muscles like the transverse abdominis, the multifidus, all set in a position to hold you in that neutral or safe position as you're strengthening yourself against those two most aggravating motions of extension and rotation. If you like this exercise and would like to learn more, we got a lot of great videos on Facet syndrome here on the channel. I invite you to subscribe to it. If you'd like to help me share this vital information with others, give me a thumbs up below. Questions or comments, write in. I always do my best to answer them. If you're looking for a tailored exercise program for your Facet syndrome, look at the Fast Track Facet Syndrome program that's on painfreeandfit.com. It's great. It has your full body analysis to detect what postural and mechanical issues are aggravating your lower back facet joints. It teaches you stability exercises, stretches, coordination exercises, endurance exercises. It shows you how to put exercises together to lead you from wherever you are right now in your pain situation to more and more stability, pain relief exercises to relieve the pain, and build up your stability so you can get back into a physical lifestyle, working out more, returning to the sports and physical activities that you used to enjoy without aggravating your Facet syndrome. I hope that this exercise, TL hip rotations for Facet syndrome, helps you with your lower back pain.